Why do you think it's so important to allow the beauty, truth, and goodness found in things such as literature, art, and music to capture our hearts and imaginations?
Oh, oh my gosh. Okay, now you're in my my
We're in
wheelhouse
your
here with the
wheelhouse,
word.
but you can't go for the next 40 minutes on that one. You got to give us some more time for other questions.
Well, I would say my experience, my personal experience in my particular walk is that is how the Lord has so potently come to me through cinema, through movie soundtracks when I was a kid, through art, through creation that my dad brought me into constantly, through canoeing and hiking and bird watching and exploring. So the Lord was always using different medium through art, human creativity and art and beauty, the natural world to like put me in a place of stillness, humility, receptivity, gratitude. So I think these are essential, and I'm not alone. I mean, this is JP2, this is Pope Benedict, Pope Francis talking about the way of beauty, Canta la Mesa. There's a host of thinkers today who are saying, this is not an ornamental thing. This is an essential thing. The experience of beauty.
Yeah.
I think why it's so important is because this is where fruitfulness happens, right? If you look at the whole big picture of God's whole plan of salvation history, it's he's the gift giver, we're the receivers, and his intention is to permeate the soil of our humanity with the power of his divinity. So divine life, the life of the Trinity blows up in us. Beauty has a way of opening, dilating our hearts so that the seeds can come in. It's so disarming. So allowing ourselves to be moved by music, by literature, by poetry, by creation is this like dilation, and this opening allows us to be filled. To your point earlier, Brian, right? If we're constantly just heads down, it's like a kind of contraception, so that the Lord can never, that permeation can never happen. And you're going to die. You're going to wither. You're going to fade. Like I always talk about, the zombie apocalypse has happened. It is around us right now. We're already the walking dead. The antidote is beauty, right? The awakening to beauty so that the life will be born in us.
And what are the fruits of that sort of right lifestyle?
Yeah.
It's isolation and anxiety. And
Uh,
when you find people who break out of that and they lift up their eyes and to the hills, right? I lift up my Psalm 121. I lift up my eyes
uh,
to the mountains. Like, where does my help come from? And he's not looking at an iPhone when he's praying that prayer. He's looking out at the vista of creation as he's praying that
exactly.
prayer, and he's connecting with the God who gave him that creation. And instead of bowing to the idol, that gave us
Yeah.
this sub creation. Um,
Yeah.
and this is not to be doom and gloom or to be bashers of technology. That's not what it's about, but it's about
Yeah.
opening up our eyes and opening up
Mhm.
our hearts so we can be dialed, because we have to make a choice. We have to choose, like, what do we open ourselves to, and how do we spend our time in those things. So that's awesome to hear you talk about that dilation in
Mhm.
all the spaces of beauty